So here's one of those situations where a tight aggressive player comes in position with a standard raise. Could have a good hand, but the player, just by the looking at the stats at Tournament Indicator, has been playing very tight. VPIP 10% pre-flop raise, percentage 5%. His aggression factor is 2.0. So you know that he does come in with at least decent hands, but now with a tight aggressive getting to this stage of the tournament, what happens is that they change their game as well and they become more aggressive. To me, this is very typical of a position raise, and because he's tight aggressive, these are the guys that you want to make moves against. You don't want to be doing it against somebody who is a gambler. However, my 5-3 here, not really looking at the strength of the hand, as opposed to the strength of my move against this player. However, with 5-3, because I have some nice connectors, hey, it's a decent hand to go all in with. If he has just got overs, he's not that big of a favorite, maybe 3-2, and I could possibly win the pot. If I do win the pot by going all in here, I look a little crazy anyway, so that's definitely going to be the last person who steals my blind at this table. In addition, the pot now is 450 chips. I have 1,130 in my stack, and that is a juicy steal for me. I'm looking to re-steal here. This is a great opportunity for me against the right player in the right circumstances. That's what I choose to do. I re-raise all in to 1,230. The pot's now 1,580. Takes his time, and I am absolutely sure he just folded a better hand than me. I don't mind that. I mean, the situation demands that you use no limit to your strategy, and that's what I did there against the right player. Let's look at another example. Here's a spot where you can use that really tight, aggressive style that you've been building through the early stages of your tournament and turn it up to re-steal. Here I have a tight, aggressive player coming in from the button. He made the pot 450, which is more than a third of my stack. I need those chips. And look at the dynamics here, 1,700, 1,300, 1,200. So no one really wants to go out and forth, but I am willing to do that in order to steal a pot, especially against this player who has not throughout the early stages and is only starting to get aggressive now. I recognize this as a blind stealing attempt, and no matter my hand here, I'm just getting way too low. I'm getting blinded out and I'm pushing. The pot is now 1,740. He has 1,300 left, which is good enough to fold. He can wait for a better opportunity. He has seen that I am the tightest player at the table next to him, and so he decides to fold, and I take a pot there. All right, have a look at the payout in this two-table tournament. It's 10 bucks to get in, 18 players, 72 bucks for first, 54, 38, and 18. So fourth place is the money. Do I care about fourth place? No, I shouldn't. What I really want to be doing is when it gets to around payout time, I want to be pushing with a lot of hands. And I'm down to, let me see, so we're down to 5 players here. So since I'm not really caring about fourth place, I'm down to fourth place right now. But this is where you turn on the Jets. The big stack, who has been raising a lot, and rightfully he should, does come in trying to steal the blinds. Do not steal my blinds. Stack size similar to mine. He calls over here. And calling is always the wrong play as well, especially making the pot so juicy. 2,100 now. I have 2,900 left. What do? Nobody is stealing my blinds. I am pushing here. Ace 4 offsuit. Don't care what my hand is. There is a good chance that both of these players are going to fold. I have nothing to lose. I'm in fourth place here right now. What's a big stack going to do? Okay, he calls. He's getting good odds to call. I don't know about this other guy. Hopefully he doesn't come in. I don't mind going heads up. Do not steal my blinds, especially in this spot. Now look at ace 8. I got to tell you, the only reason why it's a good call in the end is that, well, he certainly has me outstacked. So I could be pushing with king jack or anything like that. So not a bad move eventually. He just got stuck in a spot. Now these two hands, my only hope here is a split pot. And hey, that's exactly what it happens. So we get a good chunk of this stack. And again, that just goes to leading into more of my behavior at this stage, in that you are not going to be stealing my blinds. I'm going to be pushing back on you, so don't even try it. Now you can steal blinds with good hands too, and here I have pocket tens, and I play this one a bit different because Tournament Indicator has labeled my opponent here an elephant. And I'm just going to show you here 25% VPIP pre-flop raise, 17%, so slightly aggressive here. The thing is that he basically calls all the time. So I don't want to get into a hand here where he might have something like Jack 8 and a Jack comes on the flop, and he's going to call with top pair. So with an elephant type of player, I want to steal back with a good hand. Here again, it's do not steal my blinds. The pot is now 2,200. Worth it for me to take it away from an elephant type of player. I don't want this player to see a flop. And that was played a bit different against, a jackal or a tight aggressive player, in that I actually had a hand and made a re-steal move only for the sake of keeping an elephant away from the flop. Okay, this character here, very aggressive after the flop. He's got 3.3 aggression factor. And I know that if I hit anything on the flop here, I could expect him to have big cards. I do hit. He's going to be stepping into a trap here. I don't mind pushing. These blinds at Party Poker accelerate way too fast. The pot is now 700. That is 1/3 of my stack. And I am, well, second short stack here. So got to do something. I know this guy's got overcards. I know he was going to bet at anything. My play here is to try and get him to fold, or trying to get him to play for his overcards. So I push. The pot is now going to be 2860. That's good to walk away from. He has a draw, calls his whole stack, or calls the better part of his stack on that draw, and that put him in the 1600 chips. It put me to 46, and I go on, I think, to finish, well, first or second, can't remember which. Anyhow, few examples of protecting your blinds using that player's label from Tournament Indicator to use against him when the pots get juicy enough to fight for. Know who you're up against. Look at Tournament Indicator stats, and they will tell you what to expect from this player. You can see my videos at pokersitandgoreport.com and download the Tournament Indicator.